Hey, what's up? So as stated in the last Star Wars video, I am back and I've got two theories as to why, or how, rather specifically, Rey and Kylo Ren had a child. Or two, actually. But, so here's my theory. So, first one, which is the most likely one, and this is the fact that when Kylo Ren force healed Rey at the end of Rise of Skywalker, he actually put essence into her of himself, which caused a child to occur. Now, it may be confusing, but it actually does make sense in a lot of ways. So, number one, it makes sense as Kylo Ren, or as the end of it, Ben Solo, did not appear as a Force ghost with Leia and Luke. Now, that could just be because he wasn't actually a Skywalker, quote unquote, but then again, he was, because Leia was his mother. So, technically, he should have been a Force ghost with those two. And you may be thinking, well, no, because it was a peaceful moment between those two. I still think that Ben would have shown up. Now, we know he would have shown up because he disappeared, same way as Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, Vader, when they all turned to Force ghosts, they all disappeared in the exact same way as Ben Solo did. So his whole thought about him not becoming a Force ghost, he would have done. So that begs the question, should he have appeared there? Probably. But did he? No. So that could mean he, instead of him giving all his essence to keep Rey alive, he used most of his essence to keep her alive, and the rest of it was to create life. And you may think that's a bit far-fetched, that doesn't really make sense. Well, technically not, in terms of real life. But you've got to remember, Star Wars isn't real, and we've actually seen Anakin Skywalker was born through the Force, and potentially through that of Palpatine. We don't know for sure, but it stands a very high chance. We know it was done through the Force without her, Shmi Skywalker knowing. So could the same thing have happened between Ben and Rey? Yes, there could have been. So that would explain a lot of the reasons. Now I have got a second theory, and this one is a little bit more far-fetched, and one I don't really see likely to come in. But I'm going to go with it anyway. So we saw it in through Rebels Season 4, The World Between Worlds. If you do not know what this is, let me go through it briefly. Basically, it was a powerful dimension between realms, the past, the present, and the future. It was kind of like a Broadway between all of this, and it allowed you to change time and what happened. Now, in Rebels, we saw Ezra Bridger go to one of the portals. He actually managed to enter it through one portal. And he went to one portal, and he saw Ahsoka, and he managed to save Ahsoka's life. We know that she would have died if he didn't pull her out. Yet, not Anakin. Ezra managed to save Ahsoka's life by pulling her out of that and taking her into the world between worlds. Now, he then saw Kanan Jarrus and his death, and we found out that if Kanan Jarrus was removed, then Ezra would have died, and it would have created a whole wormhole, and everyone would have just died anyway. So, and then obviously we saw Palpatine was trying to access the world between worlds. So, what I think could happen is that somehow Rey enters or gets shown a way into the world between worlds. And then she goes through and she saves Ben Solo's life. Not 100% sure how this is going to happen, but it is possible. Now, it could mean that when Ben Solo drifted off, he didn't actually turn into a Force ghost and die. He was actually pulled out of the realm. Now, we don't know what it looks like when you're pulled out of the realm because we never actually saw it in Rebels. We just saw it off camera. And we saw from our point of view her being pulled out. So we don't know what happens from the point of view of the people there. For all we know, all what happened is she disappeared in the same way Ben Solo did. So, did Ben Solo turn to a Force ghost, or was he just pulled out of that location through the world between worlds? Now, this would mean that he could have survived, and the essence of potentially the two Skywalkers in the new trilogy actually entered the world between worlds with Rey, and the three of them used part of their life form and their life to actually bring Ben back to life, and obviously their father or whatever. Now that is a bit far-fetched, and the chances of that actually happening is very, very slim. However, it could happen, because the world between worlds exists. We know Palpatine wanted it, so we know that there was a way that Palpatine would have tried to get in whilst on Exegol, and potentially stop himself getting killed by Vader. Now, we all know that Vader killed Palpatine, but we don't exactly know if Palpatine tried to stop that happening while he was on Exegol. And if he did, it could mean that on the new trilogy, they actually return to Exegol and find the portal to the world between worlds. For all we don't know where Palpatine entered the world between worlds in that of Rebels. All we know that he did, to a degree. So, could that have been on Exegol? We don't know. So, that could be how Ben Solo survived. They go to Exegol, enter the portal that way, take Ben Solo out, and give him the life form there. And then obviously he would have to return to Exegol, which they're all there anyway. So potentially that might stand a chance of happening. But we don't know for certain. But anyway, they are the two theories. So let me know down below in the comment section which one you think is going to happen. Number 1 or number 2. I would really like to see your ideas. And if there is a third theory or more than 3, depending on how many theories are made in the comment section, which probably none, how many or what theories would you think could happen to make them have a child? Because we know that they will, to do with the leaks anyway. So how do you think that it might work? I would love to see your thoughts. So thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll be making more Star Wars content, because why not? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Goodbye.